All hail a beard, it's your boy Big Beard B, and we back for another edition of Big Beard Business. All right. As you can see from the title today, I am hopping on the fragrance train. Choo. All right, listen, man, I'm just be honest here. I seen this video floating around on YouTube, and I see a lot of creators doing it, so I said, hey, why not give my take on this? And today's video is going to be 10 fragrances that leave a sexy, intoxicating fragrance trail. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get down to Big Beard Business. First up on my list, I have an aromatic fragrance for men that I've been fond of since its release, and the fragrance is none other than Stronger With You Freeze. Now there are 3 of these: Stronger With You Intensely, and the latest, Stronger With You Freeze. Now I personally don't think you can go wrong with any of these fragrances, but this entire line of fragrances are fragrances that I feel are cuddle buddy worthy. Personally, I find that the Stronger With You and Stronger With You Intensely are a little more dense than this fragrance here, a little more thick, but this fragrance here jumps off the skin a tad bit more in my personal opinion. This fragrance has sweet apple, you have some lavender, you have sage, and the warmth of this fragrance really make this one stand out. Stronger With You Freeze from Armani. Next up on this list of fragrances with sexy, intoxicating fragrance trails comes from my homie Steven over at the channel Redolescence, and a fragrance that I've really fallen in love with since the first spray on this thing, and this one is Intimus. Now a lot of you have heard me talk about this fragrance, but if you're looking to know anything about this fragrance, it's right here on the back. It's alluring, it's attractive, and romantic, and I really believe that this fragrance does those 3 things extremely well. It's alluring, it's attractive, and romantic, and kind of falls in line with having that sexy, intoxicating scent trail. This one is made to woo the person who is around the wearer in the scent, and I think they've done it extremely well. That toasted sugar in this fragrance provide that warmth and sweetness, a semi-gourmand fragrance, that one that you really can't go wrong with. I think I have an official review on this one. Make sure you check that out to get more deets, as the cool kids say on this one here. But nonetheless, outside of that, there are steals and deals on the Navitus website. Go on, check them out. And this one, you will not go wrong with. Navitus Parfums, you also have Intimus from them. Now, Steven has a ton of other fragrances out there as well that are all great, but this is one that steals the show. Now this next fragrance here is one of these fragrances that I've been calling out as being a sexy fragrance, well, since it released. This fragrance comes from Paco Rabanne. It's Paco Rabanne 1 Million Lucky. A ton of great notes in this fragrance, but some that stand out are those hazelnut and that plum. It really comes together well with a ode back to the original formula or DNA on this fragrance, and this thing is one that works. I personally find that this one has had that intoxicating scent trail. It garners compliments. Look at how much juice is gone in this thing here, man. It's one that I wear, my son wears, because it does us justice and performs a great all-around scent, especially for that close encounter situation, or if you just want to smell great, because you can walk past it and they're like, oh my goodness. Solid all-around scent, man, from the house of Paco Rabanne, Paco Rabanne's 1 Million Lucky, and I think the name says it all. This next fragrance provides an explosion of rich, sensual fragrance notes, and it's a rich, sensual fragrance in itself, and one that I've really mentioned for those close encounter situations for quite some time now, so it's definitely one that's sexy, compliment factor is there, and this one is Spicebomb Extreme from the house of Viktor and Rolf. Now, there's a number of fragrances within this Spicebomb world. We have the original Spicebomb, we have Spicebomb Extreme, Spicebomb Refreshing, also have the 2 night vision fragrances out there, and you really won't go wrong with most of these scents. If you're looking for one that has that sensual vibe, one that's going to draw them in and also really work for that sexy feel and appeal, this is one that you should try. In addition to the spice of that cardamom and pepper you get in this fragrance, you're also going to get vanilla and tobacco. This is really just a manly man scent that works. It performs, it jumps off the skin, it brings the men, it's sexy. Spicebomb Extreme from the house of Viktor and Rolf. Next up, we have one that's long lasting, has heavy sillage, and well, it's sexy. This one comes from Parfum de Mula, and this one is Oajan Royal Essence. So you gotta put some respect on the name here and add that royal essence to its name, or you just ain't saying it right. This fragrance holds some warm honey. You have some benzoin. You have that spice of that cardamom. There's cinnamon, vanilla, and tonka. All around sexy scent in my personal opinion. This one just comes off as that one that's sophisticated, and it also has that sexy vibe to it to me. Everything about this fragrance just yells that black bottle, the gold accents on this thing here, and it's one that I don't think you are going to really dislike. You put this thing in, you're gonna see some women out there telling you how much they enjoy this fragrance, and spray it on, it's gonna jump off your skin and say, hey, follow the Pod Piper. This thing, don't follow the Pod Piper, especially if his name is R. Kelly. All right, great all-around scent in my humble opinion. This is one that since I've gotten it in my collection, I've been going back to over and over and over again. I've had decanted this thing over the years, but this one is full bottle worthy for sure. Oajan Royal Essence from Parfums de Mula. Now we have 5 fragrances down and 5 more to go, and this next one is one that you know is going to be on my list if you're watching this, of sexy, intoxicating scent trails. This one has it jumps off the skin like no other. This one comes from Byron Parfums, and this one is Byron Parfums Mula. Now there is a Mula Rouge Extreme, which has a slightly different approach and still jumps off the skin, but this one is much more aggressive in terms of how far it jumps off the skin. This one's like fly fishing. You just saying to bring it back in. I know some of you are cringing at how much I just shook this fragrance, but it's mine, okay? This one is super enjoyable. This one has peach, you have caramel, you have saffron, you have benzoin, musk, patchouli, agarwood. There's just a ton of notes in this scent, and they all bring together something that I personally find to be super sexy. I've gotten a number of compliments with this fragrance over the years, and again, this one has that sexy, intoxicating scent trail that is going to really help you garner and bring in that attention that you are looking for. If you're looking for to wear these fragrances, then you obviously want attention, all right? Because these are definitely going to bring them into you. Mula from the house of Byron Parfum. Now this next fragrance also comes from Parfums de Mula, and it's a newer fragrance to my collection, and being super honest, this is one that I'm extremely impressed with, and this one is Pegasus Exclusif. Now this one doesn't smell exactly like the original. It starts off with this darker approach, and then it begins to morph into something that we saw in the original. I am super excited about this scent, and if you're looking for one that is going to really resonate with what this theme of this video is, then this is one that you should try. Again, it's a newer scent out there, so therefore it's not going to be overdone as it comes to people wearing this scent, and I don't really feel like any of these fragrances are overdone, but some fragrances can get that way, so you know what I'm talking about when I mention that. Pegasus Exclusif offers this sensual top, this woody base, and it's all around super nice fragrance in my humble opinion. I love everything about this fragrance, whether it's the scent, the bottle, the presentation, the color of this thing. Really nice all around fragrance. Looking forward to talking more about this one as the year goes on and I begin to get this one out more and more, but garners compliments, great scent trail on this thing, and one that I'm happy to have, and I'm sure you will be as well. Pegasus Exclusif from Parfums de Mula. Now we're down to the final 3 fragrances, and this next one is said to have this spellbinding impact or effect, and it's one that I actually wore yesterday, at least at the time of filming this video. I'm not sure when you're watching this, but I actually wore this fragrance yesterday, which brought me back to it. I'm like, yeah, this has to go on the list. This one comes from Initio, and it's not what you normally expect for me to mention. This one is Initio's Side Effect. Now, Side Effect is this deep, sexy, sensual mixture of vanilla, you have tobacco, you have coffee, and you also have rum, and they come together in a way that is really well blended, and it pretty much check all the boxes here for me. Does it garner compliments? Check, yes. Does it project? Check, yes. Does it last? Check, yes. Does it garner sexy compliments? Yes, it does all of those things. And the side effect of wearing this fragrance is compliments, and people may appear closer to you because they want to smell you. This thing just draws them in over and over again. This one is a unisex fragrance, but again, some of those notes that I talked about, you have that coffee, you have that rum, you have that tobacco in this scent, and it comes off as something that is sexy, it's rich, alluring, inviting, seductive, all of those great things. And it almost serves as this fragrance aphrodisiac that I'm super excited to have, and I will be wearing this one more and more as this temperature drops. Solid fragrance I have in the collection, Initio's Side Effect. Now this next fragrance comes from the Master of Seduction, Tom 44. So if we're looking for fragrances that are going to be sensual, sexy, with an intoxicating scent trail, then you have to go to the Master of Seduction for at least one of them. And this one is one that, generally speaking, doesn't top most lists for a lot of people out there. But for me, this one is just a fragrance that you have to try out. And this one is Vanille Fatale from Tom Ford. Now, generally speaking, you're gonna see that they talk about other fragrances there, but this one here is this double dose of vanilla that is warm and sexy, sweet, inviting all at the same time. Every time I wear this fragrance, especially in cold weather situations, the compliments just roll in. If you're going into that close encounter situation, you need one to rock that is going to help you. This is definitely one that I urge you to try out if you have not already tried this thing out. As I mentioned in the official review of this fragrance, when I first smelled this thing, I was like, need it right now. This was like the last fragrance I purchased, maybe in 2017. That could be right. I think so. This is like the last fragrance I bought in 2017, and it's really nice. The vanilla and fragrances really tie back to that sexy approach. It's semi-sweet. A lot of vanilla you find in those fragrances that are going to be those close encounter situations, and this one is no different. This one does project though. It jumps off of the skin. It's warm, it's cozy, it's inviting. All of those great things that you're looking for in a sexy close encounter situation that's going to really draw them in. This is one of those ones that I'm going to recommend. Tom Ford Vanille Fatale. Listen, I want to apologize in advance if anyone feels that this fragrance should not be on this list, but I felt that it needed to be, and I really didn't find a fragrance within my collection that I would substitute this one for, so I apologize. But the fragrance is one that I creative directed, and notice not just a plug for it, but I felt it needed to be mentioned on this list, and if you own it, you understand why. This one is Soir Exclusif. Now, Soir Exclusif is this intimate, sensual, seductive fragrance for both men and women alike. It's a delicate blend of licorice, vanilla, coffee, and it's one that I personally find to be delicious, which is why I'm bringing it to market. The marshmallow in this fragrance is alive and doing extremely well, and it provides this cozy aspect when you provide all of those things together, along with that vanilla. The sensual note and take on the scent is really there, and you won't miss it at all. You spray this thing on, I can tell you that people are going to smell you, they're going to draw them in, and once they're there, it's cuddle buddy action all day long. Soir Exclusif has this exotic base of seduction. If you rock this thing, your date nights will never be the same. All right, man, listen, as I stated with the Navitus Parfums, there are discounts going on right now. Check them out before the prices and discounts are gone. Listen, that's all I have for you today. As always, I'm your boy, Big B. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend that we are back again. Send this video out to the people so they can come in with this scent trail and smell amazing. As always, you know what I need you to do. Just hit the goddamn